In hundreds of interviews with homeless women over the course of 13 years, only one woman had not been sexually abused as a little girl or raped as a young woman. For many of these women, home is a very scary place, a place they have fled. The shelters are ironically the first place many of these women ever find shelter, protection, or comfort. This is a woman's story as she told it. But what isn't in the story is that this woman met another woman in the shelter, and they fell in love. And through their love, they both got out of the shelter system. The little Coochie Snorcher, that could.
Memory, December 1965, 5 years old. My mama tells me in a scary, loud, life-threatening voice to stop scratching my Coochie Snorcher. I've become terrified. I've scratched it all off down there. I do not touch myself again, even in the bath. I'm afraid of things getting in and filling me up, so I explode. I put Band-Aids over my Coochie to cover the hole, but they fall off in the water. I imagine a stopper, a bathtub plug to prevent things from getting inside me. I sleep with 3 pairs of Happy Heart pattern cotton underpants underneath my snap hood pajamas. I still want to touch myself sometimes, but I don't. Memory, 7 years old. Edgar Montaigne, who is 10, gets angry at me and punches me with all his might right between my legs. It feels like he breaks my entire self. I limp home. I can't pee. My mama asks me what's wrong with my Coochie Snorcher. When I tell her what Edgar did to me, she yells at me and says, "Never let anyone touch you down there again." I try to explain that he didn't touch it, Mama. He gosh darn punched it! Shoot! Memory, 9 years old. I play on the bed, bouncing and falling, and impale my Coochie Snorcher on the bedpost. I make high-pitched screaming noises that come straight from my Coochie Snorcher's mouth. I get taken to the hospital, and they sew it up down there from where it's being torn apart. Memory, 10 years old. I'm at my father's house and he's having a party upstairs. Everyone's drinking. I'm playing low in the basement, trying on the new pair of white cotton brown underpants my father's girlfriend gave me. Then my father's best friend, this big man Alfred, comes up behind me, pulls down my new pair of underpants, and sticks his big, hard penis into my Coochie Snorcher. I scream, I kick, I try to fight him off, but he already gets it in. Then my father's there, and he has a gun, and there's a loud, horrible noise, and there's blood all over Alfred and me. Lots of blood. I'm afraid my Coochie Snorcher's finally fallen out. Alfred's paralyzed for life, and my mama doesn't let me see my father again for 7 whole years. Memory, 13 years old. My Coochie Snorcher is in a bad place. It's a place of pain, nastiness, punching, invasion, and blood. It's a site of mishaps. It is a bad luck zone. I imagine a freeway between my legs and I'm traveling, going far away from here. Memory, 16 years old. There is this gorgeous 24-year-old woman in my neighborhood, and I stare at her all the time. One day she invites me in her car. She says she has to show me something. She asks me if I like to kiss boys, and I say, "Oh no, I do not like that." Then she leans over and kisses me so softly on the lips with her lips, and sticks her tongue in my mouth. Wow. Then she asked me if I wanted to go over her house. and then she kisses me again. She tells me to relax, to feel it, to let our tongues feel it. She asked my mom if I can spend the night, and my mother's delighted that such a beautiful, successful woman has taken an interest in me. I'm scared of Kelly. Her apartment is hooked up. It's fantastic. It's the 70s, you know, the beads, the pillows, room lights. I decided right there that I want to be a secretary like her when I grow up. Ring, ring. Hello? Could you hold, please, while I transfer your call? Thank you. The lady makes herself a vodka and asks me what I want to drink. And I say, same as she's drinking. She says, I don't think your mom would like you drinking vodka. And I say, I don't think she'd like me kissing girls either, but... So a pretty lady makes me a drink. Then she changes into this chocolate satin teddy. She is so beautiful. I always thought bull daggers were ugly. Oh man. I say, you look great. She says, so do you. I say, I only have this pair of white cotton underpants. Then she slowly dresses me in a matching satin teddy. It's lavender like the first soft days of spring. Then I noticed this picture over her bed of a naked black woman with a huge afro. The alcohol's gone to my head and I am loose and ready. Then she slowly and gently lays me out on the bed, and just our bodies rubbing makes me come. She says, your vagina untouched by a man smells so nice, so fresh. I wish I can keep it that way forever. I get crazy wild. She does all the things to my Coochie Snorcher that I thought were nasty before. And man, I'm so wild, so crazy. And then the phone rings, and of course, it's my mama. I'm sure she knows she catches me at everything. I'm breathing so heavy, I try to act normal. She gets on the phone and says, what's wrong with you, girl? Have you been running? I say, no, mama, exercising. Make sure I'm not around any boys. And the lady says, trust me, there are no boys around here. I blush. The lady does everything to my Coochie Snorcher. She teaches me all the different ways to give myself pleasure. She makes me play with myself in front of her. She is very thorough. She makes sure I know how to pleasure myself so I will never need to rely on a man. Get it? I wake up in the morning and I realize that I am so in love with her. I'm worried that I've become a butch. She laughs, but I never see her again. I realized later that she was my surprising, unexpected, and politically incorrect salvation. She took my sorry-ass Coochie Snorcher and raised it into a kind of heaven.